Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial on how to look up COVID-19 side effects in the VAERS Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System using what the CDC calls the Wonder Tool. So here we are. I've typed in vaers.hhs.gov. And then now I'm going to scroll down, bottom right hand corner, there's a little down arrow. I'm clicking on that. And I'm going to search the VAERS database. So I click on that link under VAERS data. And then now I want to go to the bottom of the screen, read the disclaimer, mark that I've read the disclaimer, and search the CDC Wonder. Here I can request the report I want. I'm going to scroll down, read all of the terms, I've read them, and signify that I read them by clicking I agree. Then I will click Request Form. And here I will find the categories that I can choose from. So first category is organize the layout. We want symptoms. That's automatically in there for you. I would like vaccine manufacturer to be a category on the report. I would also like to see the serious side effects, and I would like to only see the adverse event description, so I must put in the VAERS ID. So that has to be one of my criteria, just because the report requires it. It says here, if you're hitting the optional measures, then you got to have VAERS ID. If you don't put that in there and you use any of these optional measures, it will give you an error report. So next is the vaccine characteristics. This is very important because you want to scroll down and choose COVID-19. It's just interesting that it's in alphabetical order, except for it doesn't look like on one, but I guess it's got two names. Here we're going to start with Moderna, then we'll look up Pfizer, and then we'll look up Johnson & Johnson, because that's the one that's been in the news and everybody's interested in Johnson & Johnson. So here we are. Our vaccine manufacturer is Moderna. There have been 227,497 reported side effects or vaccine adverse events, and each row represents an event. That's how I know that. And so I did not narrow it down to the type of event that I want. And here we have the event category. So it could have been any of these. So that's pretty serious. There's a lot when you think 300 and something thousand, but let's look at deaths. 10,614. So what this is telling me is that there are too many. The report can only show 10,000 rows, which is each individual event report or side effect, if you want to put it in layman's terms. So we can narrow this report down a little bit further if we want. And why don't we look at female and just see how many females out of the 10,600 and something have experienced death as a result of the vaccine. Oddly enough, there are only 721 females, so that means the rest of them are male or other. Let's look up another one. This time we'll leave female in there, and I will go down using my arrow key on my keyboard. I'm using the down arrow. We want COVID-19. This time we'll look at Pfizer, BioNTech, and click send, and the winner is the envelope, please. Okay, so for Pfizer, there have been 667 total events. Don't forget, we checked female in our gender. So we are only looking at females who were reported as post-COVID vaccine deaths. I'm going to go back to request form. Let's look at how many. I know you've got to be curious. I would assign this to you as homework, but let's just go in here and look at all genders and see how many total. Okay, 11,639. So over 10,000 of them, almost 11,000 of them were male, which I find quite interesting. Okay, so let's go back and take a look here under request form. So we want to see, all right, so now let's look at Pfizer. Oh, sorry, not Pfizer. Johnson & Johnson. They've been in the, okay, no Johnson & Johnson. How about AstraZeneca? No AstraZeneca. Don't know, but they're not in there. So how about unknown manufacturer? We'll see if maybe they got grouped together since Johnson & Johnson must not have made vaccines when this report database was created. So I'm wondering where they're getting their information if they're not using their database. So we see here that there were only total of 19 events for the unknown manufacturers. So we know that does not cover the J&J incidents or the AstraZeneca because there should be way more events in there. But it does have 19, and if we go in here, and just out of curiosity and to get closure for everyone, if we go in here and we look at the female, let's see, where do I find? Sorry to go up and down so fast, y'all. I know this is really hard. Okay, so let's just look at female only. And oh, look at that, only 5. So there's definitely a difference in the number of males who have reactions in this system, who have been reported in this system, as opposed to females. And it's quite significant, as you can see. And that's just for deaths. There, you can go in and look up any other vaccine, and you can look up any other reaction. Unfortunately, with the vaccines, you can't look up the Johnson & Johnson or the AstraZeneca, but at least you can see the 2 main ones, the Pfizer and Moderna. So hopefully this video has helped you unravel, navigate through the knots and the path to the yellow brick road of finding information in the CDC's website on vaccine adverse event reporting. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll see you again in another video on how to do stuff.